Werner Herzog may be the most interesting man in the world, and I've thought about this for quite some time. But this is a man who, as a film director, he's one of the most daring and fearless directors that have ever lived. He's the only man to have filmed on all 7 continents. He's done every kind of film imaginable. He's done comedies, he's done war films, he's done horror films, he's done psychological thrillers, he's done documentaries. He's done every type of film you can think of. He's been to every corner of the globe. He's been to some of the harshest conditions, the deserts, the jungles, the Amazon, Antarctica. He's been through some of the harshest conditions that you can imagine in all corners of the globe. And in that sense, he's one of the most prolific directors because of all of the variety of films and all the locations that he's been to. This is a man who once traveled on foot from Germany to France, over the mountains, I believe in the wintertime, just to see a woman who was very important to him. He could have taken a train, he could have taken a bus, he could have done all these things. But he felt compelled to walk there because he was a man on a mission. And he made it there, and he was able to deliver his message. This is a man who once ate his shoe because he wagered a young director that if he got started on his project that he would eat his shoe, or in effect, he would be eating his words, but he literally ate a shoe. This is a man who dragged a steamboat through a jungle, over the mountains, with a real crew and a real steamboat, with nothing but ropes. This is a man who had to direct Klaus Kinski, who was a madman, who waved guns around and threatened to kill the whole crew and kill the director and kill the villagers. This is a man who had to eat nothing but rice just to afford to make his films, because all of his films in his early days were self-financed. How he made his money, nobody knows, but he worked hard for everything that he put into his films. He took all kinds of jobs. And this is a man with, he was once shot. He was given an interview. He was once shot with a BB gun. And he said that the wound was insignificant, and he continued on the interview. This is a man who once pulled Joaquin Phoenix, I believe it was, out of a car, a burning car. And then you think of all the advice and all of the films that he's done and the attention to detail that he gives to his subjects, just the incredible and the utterly fascinating subjects of his work. The fact that he's from Germany and he's got a very thick German accent. And like the great German philosophers, he's an incredible thinker and has an incredible sense of humor. You've got to see his films to start off with. Aguirre, The Wrath of God is a must-see. It's a German film. They filmed it entirely on location in the jungle in South America, with native people. They filmed on the rafts going upriver and all of that. You need to see that film. His American films, his English language films, are just as interesting. Go watch The Bad Lieutenant with Nicolas Cage. There are so many great films by this man. But he is one of the great contemporary directors and maybe the most interesting director that ever lived and worked.